Hey everyone, welcome back to Life 3030, or if you're here for the first time, welcome to the channel. This is a channel that discusses the Dan Markel murder and all the things associated with that. It's a channel that is based on satire, parody, irony, humor, all those sort of things. If you're here to get information about further arrests or photos of things that no one really should be seeing or no one really wants to see. I know you don't really want to see it. Yeah, maybe just skip over that or leave a nasty comment below in the comment telling me about how I wasted your time because that's what I'm kind of here. Not no. Look, moving on. Anyway, for those who are regular viewers and who do come back and see me, you may remember that last time I produced a video on a game that I made called Wendi Whopper in Moving to Miami. It was based on the Leisure Suit Larry style type of games. But I know that my audience is by and far, it's really people in the ages of, say, 45 to 54, 55 to 64. Well, let's say 45 up. With the 55 plus is really where my main audience is. And not everyone in that audience are computer game people. And I understand that. And that's myself included. I do love a computer game, but what I really love, it's a board game. I love a board game. Now, I can see that a lot of people, especially my American viewers, I didn't share a chart, but it's about 70%, stands to reason, seeing that's where the murder of Dan Markel took place. But 70% of my audience is in the United States. So whilst I'm showing there the board of the game Cluedo, I know that for the most of everyone in the US is familiar with the game Clue. And that's what this video is based on. Now, let me just take you back for a little bit. I don't want to tie up too much time with this. But this is the game called Ludo. Now, it kind of rhymes with Cluedo, and that is the inspiration where Waddington's the original creators of this when they decided to buy the game from the creator. One of the marketing people decided that the name Ludo, which is a game people were familiar with, he made a clue and he made the joke. So basically, Ludo is Latin for I play, and he took clue and Ludo, and it became Cluedo. Now, there are a lot of games out there, like especially the computer-based ones, where they'll put both Clue and Cluedo. That way, they don't have to change the packaging. Maybe not, thinking that maybe the American market won't get it if they just use Cluedo. I'm sure that most American people are well aware that the game is called Cluedo. Now, here's some of the old boards that I've seen over the years, especially the ones on the right I've seen in shops over the years, or even the one down the bottom left. Now, the one at the top left is actually the original board, and that's the building, I guess it's based on. But growing up, this was the version that I had in my household. Yeah. And this is the version that we have. Well, this is one of the versions that we have, but this is the main one that we use in my household now. And look, even though I said at the beginning, about being that it's for older people like to play board games, my 12-year-old son, he's a huge dad. Can we play board games? He just whether it's the card game ones like Uno or or things like the new ones. I've just forgotten the one about the cats, or Angry Kittens or Exploding Kittens. That's it. Yeah, he absolutely loves that, and things like Unstable Unicorns and all those sort of things. But card games like poker and 21, blackjack, whatever you want to call it, we love playing those sorts of things, and we love playing Game of Life, Monopoly, all those sort of games. So what does this have to do with the murder of Dan Markel? That's a great question. I need you to stick with me on this. And I know my regular viewers, you'll know that I'm going to be getting to that. And this is where it comes from. There are a lot of characters. Now, I was actually unaware of some of these ones when I was looking this up. Miss Scarlet, yeah, well aware of her. Colonel Mustard, Mrs. White, which Mrs. White actually got dumped somewhere in the 1990s. Reverend Green. Now, I know this is the UK-based one and the one that we're familiar with in Australia and a lot of the Commonwealth countries. I think Reverend Green was changed to Mr. Green in the US, but we've got Mrs. Peacock, Professor Plum. Now, Captain Brown, I've not seen him before. Miss Peach or Mr. Slate Grey. Not familiar with any of those ones. These are the characters that do exist now. As you can see that Mrs. White was dumped for, I think it was Dr. Orchid. And so these are the cards that I grew up playing with when I was a kid, when I used to play with my family. As you can see, Mrs. White was part of that. And now the characters look more like it's like a Melrose Place of Melrose Placey looking sort of characters that we have on there. They're quite attractive and albeit a little bit bumbling with the what is it, Professor? Well, these are even different names that they've got on some of these ones. Oh, this is a German one. That's why I can see from the Reverend Grund, which is German, but. Yeah. Now, these are the cards that we have in our set at home, and I'm most familiar with. But this is the cards that I have based today's video on. You're saying based on what's going on here? Now, for those following the Dan Markel murder trials, you'll have noticed that the faces are always of the co-conspirators, always shown on boards. Like this one that Krista Koss did, which kind of looks like he's just presenting his high school presentation in front of the class. This is something that I did at home. I just got some pictures and some glue, and I cut them out. And yeah, look, my mum was very pleased. She said, "Yeah, that's a good presentation." Of course, you've got the one. I believe this was from. Maybe from Katie's trial. It might have been Katie and Sigfredo's trial in 2016. Yeah, so this one was done by the prosecution, leaving in when they took the screenshot. They actually left in all the underlined spelling mistakes, which to me is quite funny. You could easily remove those, and everything would be, everything would be looking a whole lot better, but it does make me laugh every time I see this picture come up on the internet. Of course, media outlets like Court TV, news outlets, just regular people like content creators as well have created them using all different photos that you can find on the internet. Some younger ones of Donna, from various different ones. So what I decided to do. Oh, hang on a second. No, I've just got off script for a second, even though I never scripted. So, because Cluedo, and I'm going to call it Cluedo, I think I mentioned that earlier, because that one comes in all the different sort of varieties, like the Walking Dead version, or the Batman one, the Harry Potter, which we've got the Harry Potter one at home, and the Scooby-Doo one, which the Scooby-Doo one kind of makes sense, although the characters of Scooby-Doo are not the suspects in the case of that one. So, here's all the cards you can see that they come with. So I created the Cluedo Florida edition. And yes, for people who have been long-term viewer, you would notice I'm just using the same cutout heads that I did for several videos. And unfortunately, there's only 6 characters on the front of this, so Harvey is missing. But of course, all the our regular characters are inside the box. We've got Sigfredo. We have Lewis. He's playing like Mr. White, I'm going to say here. We've got Katie. Charlie, of course. He's in his dental greens. We've got Donna, with her Wheel of Fortune. get up. We have Wendi, like a Miss Scarlet sort of character here, with her red dress, her infamous red dress. And of course, even though he doesn't appear on the front of the box, Harvey is definitely there. Now, what this does, it allows you to guess who the suspects are. So, is it Sigfredo with the revolver in the garage? Or is it Charlie with the phone on Interstate 95? Maybe it's Donna with angry emails in the Miami condo. Or once again, Donna with a fake paycheck at the dental office. Maybe it's Wendi with a sorry. Uh, yeah, it wasn't Wendi with a liquor bottle. Look, I don't know. Sometimes I'm sold on the bullet being a bullet thing. I know sometimes a coincidence. I'd like to see the invitation, but let's go Wendi with the red SUV at the crime scene, or even Wendi with a text message at the birthday party. So that's the Cluedo Florida edition, and I haven't made the game. I'd love to. In fact, I'd love maybe somebody else to make it. And if they did, I would say shut up and take my money, and I would love playing it. And my kids who have heard so much about this trial, I'm sure they would be familiar with all the characters anyway. So yeah, that's the Cluedo Florida edition. Hope that this is, that I'm entertaining those people in between. We're less than 90 days away from the trial. We'll be getting into the more serious stuff soon. So a little bit of fun before that happens. Hopefully I'm not wasting your time. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Let me know if I am wasting your time. Let me know if you enjoyed this stuff. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Maybe you've got some ideas. I know that the society page is doing his thing. Send in ideas if you've got them. If anyone's got any ideas for me, I mean, I like that I stick with my own sort of things and just whatever pops into my head when I'm watching the videos of the trials and watching my fellow YouTubers talk about it. But these things just pop into my head. But if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. Who knows? I might be able to do it. Maybe you've got something you're itching to get out there and you're saying, that's a very life 30-30 sort of way of thinking. So, yeah. But until then, thanks for watching. And, yeah, if you're first time here, like and subscribe. If you're second time here, like. And I'm hoping that you've already subscribed, like and subscribe. All this sort of stuff. Until next time, take care.